Startup America is an initiative that launched in 2011 in the White House as a result of the White House, and it's focused on helping entrepreneurship in America, expanding entrepreneurship in America. Startup America is a national organization with now regional ties all across the country, and our focus is simply to advocate on behalf and to help startup and high-growth companies succeed.
There's really three parts of Startup America Partnership. One is to get people focused on the role entrepreneurs play and really celebrate their achievements. And the president's done a good job of that, and we're getting other people to also step up and really play that role. The second is to provide resources that enable companies to get started and to scale. And we've got over 40 companies now have committed over $1 billion of resources to entrepreneurs. And the third, and perhaps in the long run the most important, is really building up entrepreneurial ecosystems around the country, different regions. Everybody knows about Silicon Valley because that's got a lot of attention, but there are actually interesting regional activities happening all across the country, and we're trying to isolate that and take those regions to the next stage. So we've already announced about 7 of these regional initiatives in different states. We expect to triple that over the next year. So building up these regional ecosystems we think is critical. So it's a mix of celebration, resources, as well as regional ecosystem development.
They're also trying to assemble and create densities in the networks, not just in the networks between entrepreneurs and finance, entrepreneurs and services, entrepreneurs and customers, all of which matter, and they're working on that and developing good connections there. But even amongst entrepreneurs in themselves, because like one of the reasons why Silicon Valley works pretty well is because we all talk to each other about how did you solve this problem? And when you ran into this, what did you do? And what kind of people to hire? When you're going to scale, how does this work? And how did you shorten your sales cycle? These sorts of things. And that actually kind of founder to founder, right, executive to executive, entrepreneur to entrepreneur kind of communication is actually part of the network that helps amplify being on target and being fast in the way that helps you succeed.
Startup America is for startups, and it's for early stage companies, and it's for fast growing companies that have reached that next level. There are capital programs, there are mentoring programs that are applicable for all kinds of fast growth companies. And it's not just high tech companies. This Startup America effort reaches every state. It's important for entrepreneurs all across this country to have access to capital, to have access to mentors. So we are going to provide them in rural America, in urban America, and in states that don't generally have a reputation for being Silicon Valley, but they have great entrepreneurial environments, and they are growing companies.
We're all about helping startups in America grow, because it's through their growth that will move our economy forward and create jobs. And the importance of these startups, they're young companies led by founders who are passionate about growth. They're relentlessly pursuing growth, and they need help doing it. And so Startup America has brought a number of partners together to help them grow. And the reason these startups are so important is because in the last 30 years, all the net new jobs were created by companies less than 5 years old. So by focusing on young companies that are focused on growth, that are led by unbelievable entrepreneurs that are from all around the country, we can push things forward and we can create new jobs all across the country.